Hello my fellow crafters and welcome back to Inspiration for Cards. My name is David and today I'm going to be making a card for you. And it's an exciting day because I've just got my hands on a new release from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Cozy Days, what's it called? Cozy and Warm? I forgot the name. Anyways, it's fun. Let me show you. Let's switch the cameras around. There we go. So it's this whole release I'm going to use some of the sentiments. I'm going to be playing with the beautiful text, the sweater and the socks, the holiday stockings they're called. But that's not all that is in this release, because you've also got, look at this, that'll be for the next video, the mug and the beautiful fireplace, the kitchen, love this one as well, and Santa and Mrs. Claus and the Let's Bake set to turn Mrs. Claus or any of the figures into a cook. It's a fantastic release. However, when I got my hands on it, this just screamed to me, and then I took a dive into my embossing folders and I found this one. So I'm going to use that, the knit sweater. And this one, I forgot the name, it's a Tim Holtz one. I'll look it up and link it below. It's a yeah, it's got a textile texture. It's fun as well. So I'll be using those for my backgrounds. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? Another new thing that I'm going to be playing with is these, the new die, not the new, for me they're new, the Simon Hurley die ink pads. First time I'm going to be using those. So shall we make a card? Let's go in and do this. I love it. So here's the base of the stocking, and I'm gonna color that using my Simon Hurley Create die ink pad in the color. Where are the colors on this? On the back. Game Over it's called. And I'm just gonna color this. It's a nice dark red, and I'm really curious how these blend, because I've got the distress inks, of course, and the distress oxides, but these seem to blend slightly nicer, I think. That's why I bought them, because when I'm blending I always tend to use my oxides, because I don't like the way the normal inks blend, and that's personal preference, I know, but I like how these are blending. So I'm just, yeah, now packing on color fairly, that's all I'm doing. But yeah, I like this color though. Game Over. Yeah, a nice dark red stocking. I will just come in from the side to give that tiny bit more shading. Now I'm going to take my embossing folder and I'm going to put this in and see what comes out. So just going to place that in there, close it, and run that through my die cutting machine. Now look at that. I love this. Great structure. It looks like a stocking, right? Right, I'm just coming in with my ink again and just go over it again, and that will give it some more dimension, since now we've got the raised areas. Now what I've also got is these elements, and these are, let me show you what these are, the parts of the sock that come here. And what I did is I took my scoreboard and just scored every half centimeter, and I like the effect it gave. I'm going to use this side though, because then you've got the raised parts. And I did the same with the parts that come at the bottom of the socks. Okay, what I'm doing next is I'm taking my brayer, and I've got Fake Plant, discovered the name on the front. It was right there in my face. So I'm taking that onto my brayer, and I'm just gonna go over the raised areas of that piece here. And the edges can be a bit more, there we go. I like that. And I'll do the same here so that it is all matchy and comes back. There we go. So that's that. So I can already assemble this. So let's go ahead and do that. This is going to be the heel of the sock. Sorry, not the heel. The toes. Like this. The heel. There we go. And then I will just put some glue here at the top. And attach these. These are fun. Look at that. It's really coming together nicely. Now, what I've also got trimmed out of some gold paper is this star. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. This is coming together really nicely. However, I want it a bit lower there. Because I've also got these little bells that I'm going to put on the points here. Just putting some dots of glue and I'll put them right there. So that's my stocking. I forgot one thing. And that is this one, this part. Let me get that out. Quickly die cut that. So the last bit is this little thingy that the stocking hangs from. And that's going to go right there. Look at that. I love it. I love the texture from the embossing folder. Okay, let's work on the background next. So what I've done, I've cut out these two tags. These are the biggest tags. And now I don't really want to do too much to it, but I do want to give it some color. And what I'm going to do is, let me think. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a stencil. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I've got my Planner Essentials planner stencil right here, and I'm going to use that to create a background for this. Now I don't want it to be too harsh, but I want these colors to come back here. And so I'm going to take the green first and just lightly coming in. And this goes quite nicely through the stencil actually. Not bad. Okay, and then with the red, don't blend it too much because that will become mud. But so far, these inks are quite nice. I think this is quite cool. Let me have a look. Beautiful background. I love these stencils. Just can't get enough of them. Okay, that's cool. So that's going to be on there. Now what I want to do, using my frayed burlap, I just want to grunge this up ever so slightly. Just to, yeah, give it more of that vintagey feel. And I will do the same to the card as well. Just etching that with frayed burlap. Okay. Now before I assemble that, let me close up my green. I've got another piece of cardstock here. It's the soft finish cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score that right here. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Then I'm going to put some glue on here and attach these two together. But just by putting glue at the top. And then you've got the score line here, and that means that now it's glued down. I can fold this and I can stand this card up like that. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to hang that stocking, well, create the illusion that it's hanging from there, from the nib there. So I'm going to glue this down. Then I've got these hole reinforcers, and with what's left on my dauber, I'm going to make these green. Well, one green, one red. Now these are not the hole reinforcers that came with the set. I've got hole reinforcers pre-cut for my planner essentials, and I just thought, let's do it quick and lazy. That's me. So, and I'm just making these, giving them a hint of color, and I'll put one down first, and then the small one I'm going to put on top. There we go. That's that. Then I've got some ribbon here that I will just pull through like that. Put it through on the other side. Just there we go. I'm going to use the sentiment Stay Warm, and I'm going to stamp that using VersaFine Clair. And I'm just going to trim that. Using my long neck trimmer. Just edge that a bit with my frayed burlap. And glue that down. And there's the first card done. I love this. I'm gonna make loads of these. I already know it. Look at that. I love the structure in there. So that's the first card. But we're going to do that sweater as well. So let's crack on. So I've got the sweater cut out here, and I want to give that a color. Let's make that red as well. I'm going to make that red and green. So loading up my how do you call these? Foam pads. Thank you. And I'm just going to give that sweater a layer of color. It's going to be a nice red sweater, and this soft finish cardstock takes ink so fantastic. Okay, that's already the coloring done, and then let's put him in to this sweater, and I want what do I want? Yeah, I want it like this, I think, because that is going to be, yeah. I want the raised side to be at the front, so, oh, this is so cool. Look at that. Look at that. Cool. Okay. Now I've just got a brainwave again. That's just how my mind goes. What I want to do now is take my white pigment ink and a brayer. This is a clean one. load up my brayer. With that white pigment ink and just run over that, bringing out that white structure. Oh, I love this. It's just, the fun doesn't stop. Look at that. Love it. So I've got all these little bits and bobs that I'm going to put on the sweater, which is the collar and things on his sleeve, the end of his sleeve, these, and the one at the bottom. I just think this is so cool. Now these go there. There we go. And this one can go at the bottom. That's that. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to color my Christmas tree. That's going to be at the front of this Christmas sweater. So I'm just going to ink it up and give it a good layer of ink. There we go. That was easy, right? Anyone can do that. These inks are fine. I really enjoy them. So far, so good. And then I'm going to attach these lines on there. They will give the illusion of sort of snowy. Okay, let's put this right there. There's my sweater. This is really cool, guys. Now, one other thing that I want to do, so and with whatever's left on my brush, I know that's vintage photo, I'm just going to color that cloth hanger, I think it's called. I don't know. Go. Okay, so I've got another tag cut out, and what I want to do is I just want to create a background just by smooshing down some ink. See how that works, because as I said, these inks are new to me. So I'm just gonna okay. Not mad at it. Not mad at all. There we go. So I'm gonna dry that and dip again, building up layers of the color. Let's do one more dip in there. Just building up layers of that green. Yeah, I like this. Okay, that's enough of the green. It's very water reactive. I just spritzed on it and look. Okay, and again, you know the drill by now. I'm going to grunge this up a bit. There we go. So I'm taking out my whole reinforcer thingy, and I've just colored a tiny bit of the scrap piece of paper I've got here. And I'm going to run that through. So I've got the whole reinforcer in the same color as the sweater. Okay, and let's put this one on. Okay, so I've got a piece of thread here, or how do you call that? Yeah, thread, I think. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this through to the back side, and then on the back, I will just take some tape and stick this down. and trim off the rest. Okay, so that's that. Next I'm gonna take my glue, put some glue on the sweater, on the back of the sweater that is, and I'm gonna hook this thingy in, whoop, like that, pull it down and stick it down. Next I'm taking this sentiment which says Cozy Winter Vibes. I'm going to put that on my block, ink that up in black, and I just want to stamp that here at the bottom. I'm not going to do that on a sentiment strip, so fingers crossed. And if I ruin it, I can always cover it up with a sentiment strip, right? Nothing wrong with that. New stamp. Just rubbing over it a bit. Just testing it out. Look at that. These stamps are brilliant, as usual. So, that's going to be right there. Cozy Winter Vibes. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take another piece of the soft finish cardstock I've got here, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine one more time with the die that trims out this. So the back of this is now all yucky from ink smooshing, and the tape is there. So I've got another piece of the soft finish cardstock that I'm just gonna glue on the back of this. So the back is all nice and clean. Not a standing up card. So what I'll do when this is on there, block on there for some weight. There we go. And now I can take a piece of thread, run it through the hole like so. And there we have it. My second card using the new collection. I love this. So here we have it, the two projects I made today with the new Elizabeth Craft Designs collection. I just adore this, look at that. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this collection, I can promise you that. If you like it, give this video a thumbs up and consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And then I would love to see you for the next one. Thank you for watching this one. Bye!